Are you a fan of zombies, of the undead? Well, joining us now is director-producer who is a huge fan, and we'd like to welcome Matt Cantu to Celebrate Michigan.
Hey, guys.
Thank you so much for being on our show.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the zombie factor.
Okay. The Zombie Factor is it's a reality TV show that takes place after the zombie apocalypse. So one thing that survives the zombie apocalypse is reality television, and it's kind of a satirical look at where reality TV kind of is, and maybe what I think should happen to the contestants on normal reality shows. But yeah, they go head to head with zombies. The producers stick them in a nasty old warehouse and basically put them to zombie-based challenges daily, and there's contestants get eliminated, and it's kind of a last man standing kind of scenario. Right now it's just a pilot. We shot a pilot, as you well know. You were involved. Yeah,
Best set I've ever been on. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had a blast. It was a crazy shoot, all Michigan crew, awesome Michigan location, and so we finished that up. We got a bunch of trailers cut. We have the pilot cut, and we're trying to push it out to the world, see if we can get it on TV.
And we have a trailer here right now. We'd like to show the first teaser, so let's take a look.
Congratulations! You've just killed your first zombie. Please be prepared for challenges to come.
Wow. So, what was the premise behind this? How did this come about?
A couple of years before we did the shoot and everything, it came from kind of a bar conversation with a buddy. Like, wouldn't it be funny to describe these scenarios of what happens when the zombies come, kind of like Steve Irwin style, like this is what'll happen, and here's how you board up your house and that kind of thing. But as we just got into developing it and thinking about more of those concepts, it just seemed funnier to make people do stuff when the zombies come, So it kind of we had to transform it. We had to figure out, well, what kind of location can we actually get? How many zombies can we get? How many can we make up and mess up all the clothes? And we had to kind of pinpoint it, and we shot that pilot in 2 days. So it was a couple, year or so just to develop it and get it all together, and found an awesome location, awesome crew. I mean, people had to kind of improv. It really comes off like a reality show. You saw a little bit where the guy was running around grabbing hats. Right. Everybody had to do that. All these poor 9 contestants is like, okay, you got a minute, go. Get as many hats as you can, don't get bit. So part of doing it was just really fun, because you got to kind of improv your way through it. Stay in character. Don't get bit.
Yeah, and that was really interesting from an acting perspective, to have somebody say, well, okay, now here's your character, kind of, you can kind of build it, and then just go.
Yeah, the interviews were really funny. You guys were the cast was awesome. It was really great to just sit them down. Testimonial kind of setup, just like you'd have on a regular reality show. But we have zombies in our background, banging on a cage, trying to get them, and just kind of back and forth with them. Tell me what happened when how was your zombie hat day experience? What do you think of the accommodations? It was great.
I'm curious, what is your take on reality TV today?
It's everywhere, man. It deserves to be ripped on. I watch reality TV shows. I'm not high and mighty saying I don't watch them, because I do. You can't avoid them. And I guess that's kind of my take on it. It's like, oh, okay, well, let's chew a couple of those characters up. I mean, what we went for was this, perfect, typical reality show characters that you see on all these shows, and kind of, turned it on its head by having them, having their lives be threatened,
Now, when this becomes something that happens every single week, is it going to be all impromptu, or are you going to just throw people in there?
We'll probably be a little more scripted than we were on the pilot, because we were kind of throwing ourselves at it. Like, how are we even going to do this? How often can we do testimonials? How are we going to stop in the middle of this improvisational gag and bring the effects team in and put a blood gag together and say roll again and have everybody do it? It's really kind of interesting format. You're doing scripted on top of improv. You know, every once in a while you throw in a scripted moment. You know, but.
What kind of skill set? Because I've envisioned the skill set being different when you do reality TV as opposed to doing a sitcom or a movie. What are the different skill sets, or are they all transferable?
No, it was really different. It was tough for me. It was tough to adapt. You know, you got 3, 4, 5 cameras. You're throwing cameras everywhere and trying to get high angles from security cameras and get the coverage.
Okay.
You're letting the people improv, so you don't know who's going to say what when. You're trying to give them a little bit of input, trying to direct at times. Other times it's like, okay, you guys chat a little bit. In a little while, we'll just let a zombie into the room and defend yourself, see what happens.
Right,
you know?
right.
So it was just really interesting. It was coming from being able to set shots up and get 2 shots and get dialogue, and you kind of know, okay, this is how I'll cover it. Here it was kind of wild and loose, and you had to watch out because people who'd normally be getting a really nice profile found a camera person behind the shot. It's like, so you're trying to communicate, people are pointing, and it's improv. It was pretty wild to try and get it done. I think it was neat. It was like an experiment, you know.
Okay.
Some stuff didn't work, and we cut an awesome pilot out of what
I want to make sure that we get your website in. So if anyone wants to learn more about the zombie apocalypse, they can visit
thezombiefactor.com. They can just search for The Zombie Factor on Facebook or hit us at The Zombie Factor on Twitter.
That's fabulous, and I'm so excited for you and to see what really happens with this, because it's a great idea. I think.
Thank you.
And I'll watch it, and you guys have to see it because it's hilarious. Thank you so much for being on our show.
My pleasure. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you for tuning into our show where we celebrate Michigan together. See you next time.